What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We are going to be talking. Let's try this again. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We are going to be talking about things you need to be doing every day, especially if you're free to play in this game. This game has a lot of grinding to it that can be easily bypassed by opening up your wallet and spending money. But if you're free to play, you don't really have that opportunity, or even just a small guppy or minnow. These are things you can't really whale away at. So there's just a few things here, and ideally this will take you about an hour, maybe two if you're really unlucky. And we're going to start with the first thing I'm doing right now, and that is farming Omega cards. Now, what you want to do for these is find the Omega card sets that you really want to work on. Like for me with Star-Lord, I want crit damage, I want boosted attack. So like this, I've got crit damage on this card for Loki. I'm working on this Midgardia set to give me the crit damage. I'm also running some Hydra stuff for boosted attack. So right now I'm basically trying to farm this up so I can get it back on Captain America. Star-Lord's a little bit faster with farming because he can fly. I'm trying to get this on my Captain America because I want this boosted stat. If you want to see what card sets to chase, look through here on your Mega Card collections. The Dark Zone ones are pretty much exclusive to Dark Zone. You can pull those from like your alpha boxes and stuff, but try looking at some of these here. Now this one you can buy for 2k crystals at the start of the game. Highly recommend you do that because it's going to really start getting you pretty far in the game. But yeah, Hydra, Midgardia number 2, Hydra number 2, Midgardia number 4, all of these are ones ideally that you'll see a lot of DPS characters use. It's a combination of these. Tanks will also probably go for the full collection of Midgardia number 4, or maybe just these two middle ones here because they give defense and they give HP. So there's certain cards to go for. You kind of want to figure out which ones you want to farm, and then also when you want to figure out which cards you want to farm. Let's see, yeah, it froze up there for a second. Just take a look at this. Click here, and it will tell you where to acquire this. These set cards will only drop from the prime targets. Those are the ones that take a minute to spawn. They're the ones that you have to kill the most wanted villains in order for them to appear. These ones, you will have to kill at least 2 a day for your max farming, and then most wanted, you only need to kill 7 to get your max limit of farming cards each day. Now, those do repeat in Dark Zone. You can farm another 2 and 7 of those respective targets in the Dark Zone, but the Dark Zone's a little bit sketchy. I doubt most players are going to be able to do that because it's a pain, and yeah, it's just not fun. So if you are not able to farm the Dark Zone, you definitely need to be knocking out your Prime and your Most Wanteds every day, and whichever zones you're trying to farm. Switch between channels. They have increased the spawn rate of your Most Wanted characters, so these will drop a little bit faster. But these it still takes quite a few kills, and this is where the luck comes in. Like yesterday, I was farming up Crossbones, got some Omega card sets from him. And then now I'm just kind of waiting for some of these to spawn so I can get that attack boosted card from Red Skull, and then get that over on Cap. So that's the first thing you need to be doing every day, is making sure you get your Omega cards farmed, because with those you'll probably ideally with your luck you'll get at least a 3-star Omega card every day with farming them. So I mean that's it's outside of spending the wallet in the Omega card draws. That's the only place you're really going to get these. Number 2, knock out these blitzes. Now, you don't have to do all of them, but it's highly recommended you do level 80 through 100 every single day. Once you're up to a respective power level, you can auto level 80 pretty easily. 90 and 100 are a bit dicey with autoing. Even I have problems from time to time autoing the Maestro one on Captain America. These two are your best places to get battle badges, and you can get some pretty solid battle badges out of it. I don't know if I got it here, but just yesterday I pulled one from Laufey. They gave me like 10% stamina recovery. It was very good. Two core slots as well. I mean, look at this, like 2 stacks of cooldown decrease. That's about 6 or 7% cooldown decrease here. This came from the Maestro Blitz. This one also from the Maestro Blitz. This is a Dark Zone thing, but yeah, you see I've got several Laufey and Maestro battle badges here. And those are very important because those are just big stat boosts for you, and those are going to be very helpful with boosting your power. And they do also give you a good source of gold. If you look at this, every time you complete it, you get 21,000 gold from Maestro, and 13.5 from Laufey. Overall, this combines for about 100,000 gold just from completing these two. And that means that that's going to be an easy way to farm up some of your gold. If you do all the auto blitzes, it gets even easier. So there is ways of so that is something you do need to farm every day. Now, if you do farm all the blitzes on auto, you're going to get several 100,000 gold from it, which is great. But yeah, that definitely needs to be something that you're doing every day. And pretty much everything I'm going over is going to be sitting here, except for Battle Challenge. That's a weekly event. But Special Operations, this is another very important thing. Number one, this is one of the ways you can get regional pieces. So whatever character, if you've got several characters at level whatever, and you're trying to farm different regional pieces depending on what character it is, then you probably want to do spec ops on that one. I've only seen a regional piece drop once, I think, from the spec ops, but they are there, very low rate. But hey, at least they're there. Well, not sure what's going on there. You see, I'm still trying to just farm up these most wanted targets. Maybe nope, still no prime target. Just waiting. Let's see. Maybe we'll get the prime target to spawn while we're doing this video. But yeah, the special operations also the only reliable way for you to get sin particles. You have to do these for crafting, and because they've nerfed the way crafting works, now you need 5 sin particles for a single craft. These are all the more important to knock out every single day. You have to be doing these. You do get some nice gold and some squad XP as well, and you do get a power core, but the sin particles and this costume piece here with a low chance of the regional, those are the most important things. Those things you have to be doing every single day. Ideally, you're only going to get 2 crafts a day, and because the crafting rate on regional pieces is so low, it's all the more important that you are doing your special operations every day to get those sin particles. And then the raid. So the raid is a big deal because pretty much this is the only way to get the items to increase your specialization. Now, if you do just one a day, you'll get about 25 to 30 of the blue materials, about 10 of the purple, and 2 to 3 of the orange. And those are very important for increasing your specializations. Every time you bump up one of your stats in specialization, like let's say I do this, I increase my defense by 26. Look at that, 374 power on that. So these increases right here are incredibly important. You know, we're just gonna go ahead and we're just gonna do all 3. And there you go. I just pretty much added about 1,000 power to my Star-Lord just by increasing that defense node up 3 times to its max limit. So overall, there's about a good 100,000 power plus sitting here in your specialization tree that you need to be knocking out. This is very important. This is one of the easier ways for you to increase your power as free to play. It doesn't really require you grinding out a ton of blitzes and hoping for luck. Most of the specializations are going to be guaranteed success rates. I mean, these 3/3s are, you're never going to fail them. Now, it does get dicier when you get to some of these. Like this one, I only have a 75% chance of completing this. This will give me 0.8% crit damage, and 75% chance if I fail, I lose those materials. It's a really dumb idea. I'm not a fan of it. But just yesterday, I failed this like 3 or 4 times, and I missed out on getting this. But this talent is going to be a huge boost overall to the viability of my Star-Lord. It's not going to increase my power, but it's also going to mean my Star-Lord does much better in PvE targets, like against in raids or prime targets. This means that he's going to be doing much better with that. So these big talents that you unlock here are very, very important as well. And while they won't give boost to power sometimes, like I know the Captain America one that converts a certain percentage of defense into attack, or just it doesn't convert, but it gives you a bonus to attack. I mean, every time I upgrade that one, it gives me like 5,000 power. It's a little crazy. So you do need to be doing those specializations. Now, that is the best place to spend your power cores once you've unlocked all of your hero slots. You can do an additional 3 raids a day, 100 power cores per attempt, and this will give you, 4 attempts, 4 stabs at rewards here, and this will give you a lot of specialization rewards. These are very, very important. you need to be doing that. You know, if you do have the power, if you do have the crystals, not power cores, if you have the crystals to be refreshing the raid timer or the raid rewards, by all means go for it. But if you can't, at least do the one. Now you can get a handful of free crystals every day. And I do also want to talk a little bit about going back to your most wanteds as well, because this is going to be very helpful here too. The most wanted, make sure you're doing these, because while this squad rank here is not very important, the rewards for knocking out all three is very, very good. 50,000 gold, 125 unstable convergium particles, or 4 of the costume boxes. Right now I'm going for the convergium particles or the gold, because you know I'm spending a lot of like increasing skills, working on alts. So that gold's very important there. This is very, very important for crafting. This is an easy way to knock out or get a bunch of your particles you need for crafting. And this is just if you're trying to grind out costumes, trying to upgrade costumes, you need more costumes, you use that. So there's a lot of stuff there that you should be farming. And if you guys have any questions about this stuff, let me know down below. But also, if you guys are asking about the PvP stuff, that one's iffy. I mean, the dimensional duel stuff, until you get very high in the rankings, you don't get a lot of crystals. I mean, up until like the top 100, that's when you really start getting a lot of the crystals. So I don't want to recommend that you knock out dimensional duel every day. It's nice to do, but it's by no means required. Omega War, again, this is one where unless you're higher up in there, you're not getting a lot. Like the top like 10% only get 250 crystals, while the top 100 get 500. So it's very top heavy rewards. If you're free to play, it's going to be very difficult for you to do that because there's just a lot of whales in there. PvP is a big mess, and hopefully we get some sort of matchmaking in the future to make Omega War just a little bit more tolerable. But right now, if you're PvP, you're probably not having a good time with your PvP. So I'm not really going to recommend that you guys do that every day. But just if you do, at least try and knock out Dimensional Duel a little bit. That way you can use some of those credits to buy stuff in the store. Like you can get some good stuff in there, like the potential report or some convergium, the for specializations, even your training manuals. You can get some good stuff out of there. But let me know down below if you guys have any questions or comments about this, anything you guys aren't sure of. Feel free to ask down below. But make sure you hit that like button, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.